On pole position will be Thomas Byron. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. Second place, Aidan Lynn. Third place, Jordan Brown and Alex Johnson in fourth. Those are your top 2 rows. Row 3 will be Paul Simard and Martin Auger. Row 4 will be Thomas Reddy and Benjamin Watts. Row 5 will be Kine Gohill with Vishal Patel. Row 6 will be Christian Brooks and Benjamin Southgate. Row 7, Jensen Buckingham and Hugo Gilbert, with row 8 being Remy Gilbert and Lucas Ellingham. Row 9, Harry Torpy and Brandon Mitchell, with row 10 being Luke Taylor and Dylan Gratz. With row 11, and in 21st place, all on his own, will be Tom Ryan, who is, I believe, the only novice that we've got here in the X30 Seniors. It is often quite unusual to see a senior novice. I was going to say that, yeah. But there you go, we have one. It's Tom Ryan, so hopefully he enjoys himself. As Thomas Byrne leads the way across the start-finish line, moves over to try and defend that pole position for the best of his abilities, and he's managed to. Aidan Lynn in second place, and I think that is Jordan Brown, so the top 3 are as they were.
Yes, as they steam up into Christmas corner, we've got drivers going 3, possibly even 4 wide there into Christmas. Driver getting squeezed out onto the grass on exit. Hopefully he recovers it okay and rejoins the action. I'm pretty sure I saw as they came down the start finish straight that they had all regained their positions, which they had lost at that initial attempt at the start. So hopefully drivers keeping it a little bit more on the black stuff this time around, and no incidents so far. Well, as we've seen, I mean, the last time I said that there was 10 drivers off, so don't count me on that.
Yeah, absolutely. You should probably just keep your mouth shut when it comes to crashes. Aidan Lynn's actually been in third place. Jordan Brown's actually the driver who's got himself into second. And as they come across the line, you can see the table on your left-hand side updating. Any big movers, Remy Gilbert, who's just been given a warning flag, I think, has moved up 4 positions into 9th. And in fact, we're seeing moves at the front end of the order as well, as Alex Johnson got into 3rd position at the expense of Aidan Lynn, who doesn't seem to be able to quite have the pace to hold on to the top 2 anyway. So I think Alex Johnson just said, you know what, if you can't do it, I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, fair play. You've got to take those moves in these short races, take them while you can, because anything could happen and suddenly you're dropping 6 positions, as we've seen previously. Once that momentum is lost, you just start going back and back and back. So when the opportunity arises, you've got to go for it. Like we saw in the previous end of the race, it can end slightly badly sometimes when you go for it. However, you've got to try and make those moves or nothing's ever going to happen.
If there's a space and you don't go for it, etc., etc., the famous quote, I suppose, isn't there? Thomas Byrne, though, and I wouldn't say defending just yet. None of these drivers are having to defend just yet, but maybe working together to try and get away from the likes of Vishal Patel and the rest of the fight for the top 5, because realistically, like we've seen in many other races, the top 4 have pulled away quite substantially, and we're starting to see 2 different sort of battles. Lovely to see plenty of close fights at the front as Benjamin Watts, the number 66, gets a mechanical flag.
I think there's about a move for the lead there.
Apologies, I was
certainly a move at the front of the pack of 4, which I do believe was the leader, since we've seen them again coming across the line. We may see a change, or possibly Byrne might have got him back. No, we do indeed. There we go. Jordan Brown up into the lead. I believe that was entering the boot that Jordan was able to make the move stick up the inside. As here you go, look at the front 4, almost going 3 wide there up into Christmas. 48 getting hit really loose under the brakes, but manages to keep the position and keep out of trouble, as I did indeed see in the background Lucas Ellingham continuing to go up the order, I believe now into 7th place, as he set the fastest lap last time around, a 44.37. Let's look back to this leading pack of 4.
Yes, so Jordan Brown has retaken the lead. He is still in the lead. Alex Johnson moves his way into 2nd place. Just have to keep an eye on it. It's quite hard to keep an eye, because every time you take your vision away from the screen and look at whose numbers who, they change your position again, isn't it? It's a nightmare. Yeah,
Christian Brooks, we saw move into the boot there as well, moving up into 4th place. A cheeky little one from him, and both of them, well, we see now what was a pack of 4 has now become a pack of 8. And there's also about 5 or 6 drivers right behind looking to make it a pack of 15.
Yeah, exactly. So. Lucas Ellingham, look at that, already back into 7th. He's in this fight all of a sudden.
Doing a 44.1 that last lap. That is very impressive, with drivers only a few positions below and doing 45.1. So, yeah, really pushing on is Lucas.
Yeah, the only real other drivers that are in the 44s, Thomas Byrne, who's leading this race at 44.8, so he's 7 tenths quicker than the leader. Christian Brooks, who's in 4th, 44.6, so he's still half a second quicker than the drivers who are in 4th. So this could be very exciting, shall we say, as we're starting to look at the 45. And I'm not actually sure who the 45 is. I think that's a little bit further back than we've been watching before.
He's indeed in 8th place. That's Kian Goel. Let's have a look at this. This group, this pack getting even bigger and bigger, as I just mentioned. Lucas definitely moving up through now. I believe that's him there in 5th. It is indeed. He's going to be right on the back of these guys very, very soon. Just less than 3 minutes to go in this one. Obviously, with these karts being a lot faster than ones we've seen out previously, 3 minutes is actually quite a few decent laps. And that will be, what, 4, maybe 5 laps if they do an extra lap. So still a decent bit of time in this race to make those moves stick. Is that Ellingham making up another place, or is that simply, it is indeed, is it up into 4th? Lucas Ellingham is on Mr. Brooks, that's Christian Brooks down into 5th, and Ellingham continuing to press on onto this top 3 battle. It's going to matter a lot whether these front 2 battle into here. He does indeed. I was thinking, no, he's going to work with him. No, he's not. 48 down the inside. Alex Johnson up into the lead, and that's allowed for them all to Concertina back up into a pack of 5. Luckily, they've dropped the driver slightly behind. Is that a move to the lead? It is. He's going to lean on him slightly out to wide. It might lose them both out on the lead here. Not quite. 74 does make it stick, as that is Lucas Ellingham moving up into 2nd place. And all of that, a couple of corners, and the running order of these top 5 has changed completely.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, really? They obviously fight for the fight of the fierce, and looks like the fierce is going to be Lucas Ellingham, who goes from 4th position and into the lead of this race. And it's amazing, isn't it, really? They start to see the likes of Lucas Ellingham and the other drivers that are chasing behind them. They start to fight only for themselves, and all of a sudden, 2 corners later, you go from 1st down to 5th position.
We've got a yellow flag at Christmas. There's a kart off on the right there. Try and pick out who that is. Someone. Oh, is it Gilbert? Yeah, Hugo Gilbert hasn't come across the line, dropping down our timing sheets. He was right up there to begin this race, wasn't he? So frustrating for him. It did just look like some sort of mechanical issue. Yeah,
not ideal for Gilbert, unfortunately. Ideal for Lucas Ellingham, though, and hopefully, they get the car moved, because that is one of the best overtaking points on the circuit. We don't want that to be taken away.
No, we definitely don't. And look at this. Move for 3rd. Is that? It is indeed. 74 up the inside. That's Thomas Byrne. Was leading this race only a couple of laps ago, getting that damage control up, back up to 3rd place. But what's the gap now from Lucas to 2nd place? It's almost 7/10 of a second over 1 lap. Still in the low 44s, as other drivers in sort of the mid to high 44s. So pulling away with this one with only 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very impressive. He started, well, he didn't start 20th, but he was down by 20th, wasn't he, at the beginning of this race? So, you have to take your hat off to him, really, when a driver does that sort of thing. The fight really is for 3rd position now, isn't it, with Thomas Bird and Jordan Brown, because it looks like Christian Brooks is pulled away with Lucas.
He has indeed, and this gaggle, as you say, for 3rd place. The 80 now leading it is Brown. Not any longer. 74 up the inside. A little bit of squeezing, as we nearly saw the exact same crash that we had in the previous race. Diving up the inside to make it 3 wide. Luckily, no contact that time around. And Brooks then there in 2nd. So we've now got Christian Brooks 2nd. Has moved away, is now closer to Ellingham in this pack of 3, then leading this pack of 3. Currently, Alex Johnston ahead of Thomas Byrne, then it's Vishal Patel, then Aidan Lynn, Harry Torpy, Kian Goel, and then I think it's then finally where this battle ends. It's then Luke Taylor, back to Remy Gilmer and the rest of them.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep it on top of who's actually lunging who, because they all are lunging each other at any one particular time. This is the final lap of the race.
No, I believe this is penultimate. Yes.
Okay, penultimate lap. So there's plenty to be settled for. Still left to be ran. That's the 95. Vishal Patel and Aidan Lynn.
That wasn't a good move from the 45 there. Sorry, I'm putting on my Stuart hat. He went for a little bit of dive bomb, collected the rear of the car in front, but luckily both of them able to continue and keep the same position, so only a bit of time lost.
Heart in mouth then when you came in with such a high-pitched voice. I was like, oh my days, what on earth is that?
I thought he was about to absolutely bin him off there.
Well,
into the rear.
That might still happen elsewhere, though, because this is the fight for 3rd place. As I said, Jordan Brown very interested, but Alex Johnson's up the inside of him to take 3rd position away, and here comes Thomas Byrne, obviously race leader for the majority of this race, you would argue, and still struggling to maybe get into the top 3 or even the top 4. He is going to lose a position, because Harry Torpy has just gone alongside him, and I think actually Vishal Patel is very interested, but we've got to focus on this man, because Lucas Ellingham has driven absolutely superbly from pretty much last on the grid after coming together with a few other cars and having to hold up before the start. He's ended up coming across the line to take the checkered flag in 1st place for the X30 seniors.
Fair play, Lucas. Maximum points as he needed, while his championship rivals are nowhere to be found off at different karting venues today. So yeah, Lucas going up from what was 15th on the grid. I did see when he crossed the line at the start, he was 12th.
Wow.
So not sure how that happened. immediately
No.
at the start, but we'll forget about that. Then had a fantastic run up through the pack up into first position. So fair play. We've got a couple of people rushing out to collect their stricken karts on circuit, but we'll just give you a quick run through of your top 10 from that one. The X30 Senior Heat 2, obviously the first heat of the day so far. Lucas Edingham took the win, as we said, with Christian Brooks there in second. Alex Johnson was third, followed by Jordan Brown, Harry Torpy, Vishal Patel, Thomas Byrne, Aidan Lynn, Kian Goel and Remy Gilbert rounded out the top 10. But that's it for the X30 Seniors.